his video was completely insufficient. It was comments that Veritas made which led me to believe that it actually did. It's fine. It's fine that Veritas wants to put forward why he doesn't believe in atheism. But in Veritas's video, he presented a number of things which demonstrated a misconception, a basic misconception about what atheism is or constitutes, or what it theoretically constitutes, and again, the thing about the unicorns, really, I'm glad. It's fine that he believes that atheism should put forward a positive argument, but I really think that that's ridiculous. I honestly never have heard a positive argument against unicorns. That has nothing to do with why I don't believe in unicorns, and it's just it's not a necessary precondition for disbelieving in something, but the point is that, okay, he states what he says, other people pose objections, and then just snub all those objections and present a kind of various disingenuous things like atheism leads to total despair if taken seriously unless they borrow theistic capital and that sort of stuff. I mean, it's fine that he presents his worldview, but I mean, if challenged on it, he should be able to, well, okay, rise to the occasion and meet the objections.
And I think he is fully capable. Trust me, I've talked with him live on Stickam. And Veritas 48, I honestly think that, look, I don't think that, I mean, look, the atheists that are deep into philosophy and philosophical thought aren't really engaged in these type of discussions. There's a reason for that. Okay? And I find then that some of the atheists that are involved in these discussions aren't really getting much into that type of stuff. And so I think, if there was, some grand debate between...
How so?
Well, let's say, for example, Azurnock. Azurnock is amazing. When it comes to philosophy, is amazing. He's not involved in this debate. And the same with several other atheists who are very bright, smart, amazing, intellectual people. And so, but, yeah. So it's just intriguing to me because I know that if Veritas 48 was here live, he can articulate himself in ways that essentially what happens oftentimes I notice is people essentially say, oh, he's just so philosophical that he's just using philosophy now. I mean, that usually ends up becoming sort of the argument back is, oh, he's just too philosophical now that he's missing the point, because he starts talking in ways that basically people don't agree with, and they don't have any response but to say, oh, that's just too philosophical. So we're sort of going in circles, but Peter, it was good talking with you. I am going to split, because I've been on here for a while.
All right, Jack. It was good talking to you and I do kind of, the way that my video came off, and I'm sorry that I'm not more repentant in that regard, but
no, you're not.
Have a good evening.
You're not.
No, I said I'm. Oh yeah. I guess I'm not sorry that I'm not repentant, but I mean,
why would I don't care.
All right.
I'm not expecting you to change for me, man. It's who you are. You as a person, you as an individual. You need to figure out what kind of characteristics in your life are things that you want to exemplify and which ones you don't. I know what I want. I know what I want to exemplify in my life, and so I'm not trying to think that you should in any way meet my expectations. I think you need to figure that out for yourself. And but look, if I see something as being inconsistent, well, I'm going to say so, though.
All right, I'll start busting some more atheist balls in your name, Jack.
Peace out, man.
All right, 45 viewers. Wow. Sorry if that bored anybody. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I'm sorry if I disappointed some people, and that I'm not always as nimble with my mind in sort of these live situations. But I was trying to remember specifically what it is about that Veritas said that set me off, and I couldn't exactly remember exactly what he said. But here's the thing. I realized that my meaning is emo video was all of these things that they're saying it was, rude and blah 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 blah. But I intended it to be such, so because I felt really condescended to by Veritas, and that's just sort of the way that it goes, and I don't know how else to put it.